What's going on, Knicks Nation? I want to welcome you back to Knicks Deli, baby. Yes, if you're here for the first time, I want to thank you. I want to ask that you do me a favor. Click that like, subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. We are back, baby. Game 20, and we're here to talk about it. I took a hiatus for the first 20 games because Caps was talking crazy at the beginning of the season. But now we're 20 games in, we know what we are. We know the direction that we're headed in, and we're here to talk about it. So I want to thank you for discovering this video and liking it and subscribing to the channel. Next, if you're returning to the channel, my KD mother flipping community patrons, welcome back. You already know I rock with you. We are the livest YouTube channel talking about the Knicks here on YouTube, so let's get it. And you know you can't have those people who love you and those people who celebrate you if you don't have those people who don't. And we call y'all the ops. We see you. We know you here. We know you checking us out. But guess what? You rocking with the best, baby. So welcome anyway. Friend or foe, we want the smoke. And as you know, whether we like you or we don't, everybody eats here at Knicks Deli. So I wanted to get into real quick, take some time. This has no structure, this has no flow, but I thought I'd hop on and let you know, boss. We wanted to talk a little bit about where we are right now in this season, okay? Where we are right now is we are going into a single elimination game in the in-season tournament. Now, I want to be Stradamus and give you an opportunity. I want to go back, okay? Because at the very beginning of this season, when everybody was just like, yo, it's whack, I don't understand it. In-season tournaments are a waste of time, it's confusing. I created a whole video. Talking about the genius of the NBA. The genius of the commissioner, Adam Silver, and all of his minions, and putting this tournament together. I talked about the excitement and the fact that once a few players start getting behind it, it would set like wildfire. This generation especially, because this generation is a generation of followers. Everybody wants to attach them something that, everyone wants to attach themselves to something that has clout. That's this generation. So you knew it was going to catch fire. Also, you know, it's an opportunity for middling players, those non-LeBrons, those non-KDs. It's an opportunity for other players to receive a notoriety, you know, some spotlight, and also having an opportunity for them to capture some hardware. It could be a no-name. It could be Grand Theft Alvarado, who gets MVP of a tournament. It could be RJ Barrett, who has a breakout opportunity and gets MVP of the tournament. This is an opportunity to put more eyes on the players in the NBA that are not the best 20 teams going into the playoffs at the end of the season. So it's absolutely genius, okay? But I really want to look at where we are, all right? We are in a great place, New York Knicks fans. We are in a great place. It's been a while since we've been in a situation where they have to talk about the New York Knicks. It's not about middling. It's not about whether or not they're real or not. We are legitimate. We are legitimate. It is now at the point where it's, at what point does a commentator not mention when he has made a mistake? So what they do is, and you'll get those people, respect to those commentators or those former pontificators who are eating crow about Jalen Brunson. They're definitely going in and talking about how wrong they were about Jalen Brunson, and rightfully so. But we need to get to the point where they're talking about it, about our New York Knicks team in general. And they will never give you that. So I will have to say, stop looking at that. They're trolling us constantly by creating these polls and not including New York Knicks individually or as a team, because they know negative Knicks get clicks. Negative Knicks get clicks. They even convinced many of us in the fan base to do the same, to try to create a negative spin, this whole traumatic experience. This is, man, I'm sorry, this generation be killing me, bro. My trauma, my anxiety. Oh, it's not good until it's great. Yo, come on. Let me tell you, the fact that we still got Tom Thibodeau at the helm of a team that, offensively, everybody's complaining about his schemes, top in the league in terms of our offense, some categories of our offense. This tournament is predicated on point differential. So we are in the tournament as a result of being able to put up enough points and win by enough of a margin, okay? The fact that we have the mentality of any win is a good win, so it's not about the tournament. It's the mindset. It's the fact that the players have the same mindset. It's the fact that we've seen improvement across players that's there. And this is supposed to be an antiquated coach. Nobody wanted Tom Thibodeau, and nobody wanted the New York coaching job. So it always puzzles me when you guys are out there talking about, Tom Thibodeau, we need to get another coach. Do you not realize the difficulty is playing in front of the New York Knicks fan base, the difficulty with the pressure playing in New York? Nobody wants to coach here. Nobody. Okay? Tom Thibodeau is a special breed of coach that could survive not only the light, but the pressure from the fans, the pressure from the media, and the pressure from the players. To stick to his guns, he needed the perfect formula of friendship between himself and the front office. So he knew he had the confidence in the front office not to get rid of him the moment things start going awry, but to stick with him as he steered the ship. Everything had to work out perfectly for us to be average, to be good, and to be great. Everything always in the New York sphere, no pun intended, everything always in the New York sphere has to be perfect conditions. So for us to be where we are, man, it's just been great. First 20 seasons, I told you, the New York Knicks would figure it out. The New York Knicks would figure it out. We will be a 50-plus team. I got 52 wins on the season. That's my prediction. We will win 52 wins. The New York Knicks, I still am not at the point where I'm ready to say, you know what, we're going to compete for the championship. But one other piece that I believe, I'm talking my talk today. One other piece I was right on was Jalen Brunson and the fact that he is a superstar. Throughout the entirety of last season, I kept telling Knicks fans, stop waiting for other people to stamp us. Stop waiting for other people to validate who we are. Okay, we need to start doing it ourselves. We know he's a superstar. They stayed trying to humble the New York Knicks fan base and the New York Knicks team and the market. They don't want Dolan to be associated with a winning team. He's done his job. James Dolan has done a phenomenal job of staying quiet, of backing up, and letting this team operate with the people who he hired to run the team operations. He's done a tremendous job. And now it's so funny because Tom Thibodeau used to always say, the awards and the accolades come when you win. So when everybody was complaining about Brunson not making an all-star team and why they're not considering us for these final teams, Tom Thibodeau never wavered. He said the moment we start winning as a team regularly is when awards started coming. All right? And now we see Jalen and Julius back-to-back players of the week. Now we start to see who's going to make the all-star game. Now we're going to see how they perform in a tournament. That's going to also add. We prayed for times like this, and we're here. So I'm excited. I'm excited for where we are. I'll give my overview for the New York Knicks season, real quick. I'm proud of the fans. Fans are we always doing our things. We're traveling. We're staying engaged, and we're talking our talk. Always proud of that as well. RJ, I think RJ needs to stabilize, man. And ultimately, that's where he is. RJ's RJ. He's in the midst of his development. This is year 5. I'm not going to take this time to get at RJ. The only thing I will say is those people, so funny, man. Fan base is very, very funny. Very funny. Love your team as a whole, okay? This generation, it's going to be a lot of me talking about this generation. This generation is the generation that falls in love with players and puts the team as a whole secondary. Whereas my generation, outside of Bulls fans and those people who were riding, Michael Jordan to the end of the earth, if you were a Knicks fan, you were a fan of the team. So, once a Knick, always a Knick is a real thing. If you were a fan of the team, you loved them. When they left, you loved them from afar. But this generation here, man, it will be infighting because of it. RJ is not where he needs to be. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He's developing. But when we looking at Grimes and people start comparing RJ to Grimes, and when we had Obi to Julius, come on, y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop that. I feel like Ime Udoka, you gotta stop. That's some bitch. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all gotta stop that. So the New York Knicks, what we've done over the past 6 years, 5, 6 years, even 3 years. Let's talk 3 years. Remarkable. Development. I remember when we got Mitchell Robinson, how raw he was. Look at him now. I remember when we got IQ, Float King. Look at him now. When we got Julius, look at him now. The New York Knicks have done it their way. They've absorbed the criticism from outsiders, from fans, from experts, from everywhere, and they've stuck to their guns. And they've let these players develop. And Tom Thibodeau, the antiquated coach, the non-creative coach, the stubborn coach, the coach that they say will never win. At what point are you going to start realizing what they say doesn't matter? And you need to be mindful about when you start buying into what other people are saying, because your New York Knicks are proof that none of what they're saying is right. With every win, with every game, Julius is writing his name in the New York Knicks history books. The moment he's settled within this chaos and decided that there's nothing he's going to be able to do about New York Knicks fans' opinions, he just has to play. He's setting the example for what we should follow. There's nothing we'll be able to do about other teams, other experts, other pontificators' opinions. Nothing we can do about it. We just got to play the game. We got to pay attention to our team. We got to stay locked in and focused on what we do here in the city. And not also be those people who are trying to get Knicks for clicks from within the fan base. I'm proud of this team. I love this team. Every time I watch this team, something new. Jalen Brunson, bro. You could see that he's elevated as the star on the team. And people may say, oh, that's not breaking news. It's breaking news when you recognize that Julius recognizes it. Little moments like us seeing him on the bench in the huddle, and Jalen is drawing up the play. And Julius clearly, body language, his attention locked in, he's conceding that role. The team as a whole are staying locked in and playing together. Evan Fournier, you haven't heard a peep out of since the start of the season. And he's so professional. Anyway, I don't care what, time, when, how, he's professional. That's the culture. So now what we have before us is this in-season tournament. And I laugh. Yo, we got to be honest. That preseason tournament, that game between Boston and Indiana was live as hell. Two things that I take from that game. Number one, every other matchup is the bar. That game is the bar. Because say what you will, Indiana, that arena was lit. It was lit. They had a college atmosphere. The team fed off of it. And Halliburton, God damn, Halliburton, boy. All right, bro. I see you. At the very beginning of the season, when you started talking about, New York Knicks fans said I had a broken jumper, blah, 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 blah. I laughed at him. I said, boy, at what point in time you did something to make us concerned about you coming to the Garden? At what point? Because he was just like, so, yeah, I'm going to remember that. Yo, remember it. Take a picture. We don't give a... Remember that. But he showed up. He showed out last night. So kudos to him. I didn't watch the whole game. I watched maybe about 5 to 10 minutes of it. but that energy jumped through the screen. So I'm just hoping that it's the same type of atmosphere for any game that we play in the Garden. I just hope that it's not that atmosphere for any opposing arenas that we go into, because that's the type of playoff atmosphere that I think the NBA was looking for. So kudos, they got it. Okay? But I just laugh, man, because I think the New York Knicks have an opportunity to achieve any goal they want. Any goal they want. This team has pieces that, when healthy and they're clicking, can beat any team in the NBA. Any team in the NBA. We're never out of a game. It's always close. We've shown the ability to come back. What are we doing? How do you doubt? Will we get in it? Will we love to see one of our players hit superstardom status? Absolutely. Does a few of the players on our team have that ability? That's what you hope for. You hope that we don't have to look outside, that we find something inside our team and our doors and our building that can help us take to multiple championships. We hope that. Okay? But don't let anybody outside of New York try to convince you that we are limited when this team doesn't see themselves as limited. They don't. So I'm just looking forward to tonight's game. I think it's going to be huge. I think people who need to show up are Mitch and Hartenstein. I think they absolutely need to show up by keeping Brooks contained from behind the three-point line. It's going to be those back-breaking threes that have the potential to kill us. I think they're going to be needing to fight and be in there and bang around on the boards. Jericho is going to be critical. We're going to need all the fouls that we can with Giannis in the middle. And googly eyes, big eye, the guy, Portis. Board work is going to be important for us. We're going to have to knock down our threes. Okay? Dame is always there lurking. Brooks, who's I don't know if it's Henderson. Is it Henderson? They're three. They're small forward. Yeah. So they could fill it up. They could fill it up. So we need to play defense on a string. We definitely need to be versatile enough to bother them when they put up three-point shots. I'm talking about Brooks and I'm talking about Giannis from the bigs. We need to control the glass. And if we do that and we hit our three-point shots, we are going to win. And if I say we're going to win, the prediction, I'm going to say we win by 8 points tonight. That's my prediction for tonight's game. And I want to see what they say about us, because I posted this on Twitter. It's always funny. Everybody was joking. You saw, this was the topic of shows. Everybody was joking about, what if the New York Knicks win? Oh, they're going to raise a banner. They're going to have a parade down the Canyon of Heroes. Oh, Knicks fans are going to lose their ish. This, that, and the third. Yeah, it's fun to find. Right now, they got to find ways to indirectly make fun of us, because it's no longer about us being a poverty franchise. It's not. So they're finding ways to poke and prod at Knicks fans because Knicks get clicks. But then you look at other teams and their hype videos, everybody just like, I gotta get to Vegas. This tournament is lit. I'm saying, place was on. You should have saw the Pacers last night. They were on fire in terms of the emotion. The dad ran onto the court and hugged Halliburton like he won the chip. And that was just one game. Nobody's pointing at that. The players have made it mean something to them. And the media is trying to diminish it now that the Knicks have played their way into the tournament and they have a chance to get a win tonight. Every step of the way. Block everybody out. Block everybody out is on. Game number 20. The New York Knicks are legitimate. When the 4th or 5th seed, it's no easy win. And we need to stop looking at everything from a deficit lens. Oh, the month of December, we got the hardest schedule No, they got the hardest opponent. Stop looking at this schedule like, they trying to kill us. The NBA. Listen, all schedules balance out. So if it's hard for us now, we're going to have multiple 8-game winning streaks in the spring. What are we talking? At the time when everybody else is struggling, back-to-backs, hard schedule, we're going to be in our groove. We're going to have our rhythm. We're going to be hitting our stride, and we're going to be blasting into the playoffs. What are we talking about? So I just wanted to get on here and say, yes, listen, let's be live tonight. All of you who are checking the game, be active on Twitter. Let's support our squad. Let's get this win. Let's be ready to talk our talk tomorrow morning. All right? If you agree with me, let me know what your thoughts are on this tournament. Let me know what your thoughts are on the season. If you don't agree with me, please leave your comments down below. And remember this. Everybody eats here at Knicks Deli. I'm Sheer, and I'm out. Peace.